I was born and raised in Colorado, Western Colorado, on a small family farm there, and I actually pursued my bachelor's degree from the University of Northern Colorado, and after receiving my bachelor's, I moved to Kansas to earn my master's degree from Kansas State University, and I hold a doctorate in education from UC Santa Barbara. So I am a gaucho, although a non-traditional type student. The most challenging part of my experience was convincing my family that moving away to pursue my degree was a good choice. We had a small college in the town where I grew up, and my dad in particular was like, if you stay here, you can live at home, and we'll help pay. And I really wanted that college experience, and frankly, I lived in a small town. I kind of wanted to get out of the small town that I was living in. It's probably a little too deep into the information here, but my grandfather grew up in that town, and my dad grew up in that town, and everybody knew who I was, and so I was ready to sort of get out. So my biggest challenge was convincing my parents, particularly my dad, that this was a good idea. But once I got to Northern Colorado, my experience was really a positive one. I found community really fast, thankfully, because I was hired on to work the overnight shift at our front desk in my residence hall. So I worked either 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. or 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. And that was the job that they had available, and I needed work, so that's what I took. Independence and claiming the decision that I made to go to school in spite of everything. I'm really proud of earning my degrees, and I'm particularly proud of my bachelor's degree. I know I've got these advanced degrees, and they have helped propel my career, so I'm proud of them. But I'm particularly proud of my bachelor's degree because, like I said, I was not one that was picked as college-going material in high school. I'm proud of representing my family in this way at every educational milestone. So not only every degree that I've earned, but every time that I did well in a class that I didn't think I was going to do well in, or every time that I got a job on campus that I wasn't sure I was going to get, or, just sort of the representing my family and what it means. And, my grandfather's a farmer. My dad is an electrician. I'm blue collar through and through. And so just figuring that out, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of carrying them with me. And I'm proud of the skills that being a first generation taught me. Things like perseverance, being an advocate for myself, but then knowing how to ask for help, which is sometimes hard, yet involved beyond the classroom. I know when I first went in, I knew I was going to have to work. So I was like, all right, I'm going to have to find a job. But I really did sort of think that I needed to be a serious student. And that meant being focused on school and not really getting distracted by anything else. And, but what I learned being a first generation student is that you can't skew your experience just to the classroom, because there's so much learning that happens outside of the classroom through involvements, through work that you have. That's where you find your mentors, which is my next piece of advice. That's where you find your letters of recommendation for your next job or your next scholarship or your next whatever. That's where you meet your community, which helps to ground you and keep you in a place of of perspective and realism as you're working through this process, which can be really overwhelming as a first generation student. There's so many things, but sort of being able to be in community with people that have been through it too, so they can help to guide you.